Hello everybody and welcome to our fabulous web launch. Now, these are some super cute characters. So we're launching our lovely Betty and Barry. So shall we welcome them? Let's say hello to Betty and Barry. Aren't they adorable? So we've got our robins, but they're not just little robins. We've got them stylised in different ways, and we've got the branch as well that they're going to perch on. So we've got some blossom. So now we're thinking about those spring elements. So everything's waking up. So that's our fabulous little die. It comes as a swift. So it's one plate, which is fabulous because you just lay that on top and it cuts it out in one go. And it gives you these three elements. So there's the download for you. So we've got as much as we can on there. So we've got 4 pieces. And then look, how cute are these little characters? Aren't they adorable? So I've just used one of our 2 Red Robins backing papers and created an aperture. And there they are, decoupaged up. Super cute little, so we've got, now, which one's Betty and which one's Barry? I'm going to say this is Betty. And this one's Barry. I kind of like it that way. So that's our lovely new characters. So we've had some super samples come through. Just look at these. Now this one, let me move that because I want to show you as they are. Look at this. Aren't they adorable? So again, working with the 2 Red Robins backgrounds, that I've just made a backing paper with that. Look at that, it's on that one. But this is now created a frame. How good is that? So working with your elements, chopping this down, rotating it round, that has now created those edges and created that lovely frame. But it will work with other frames that you've already got from 2 Red Robins, and then some lovely pieces of decoupage, and we've got them sat together, having a little bit of a conflab. But here in the background, can you see? Our lovely embossing stencils are in the background there. So everything works beautifully together. So that's that one. I just loved that one. Oh, look. Because as much as it's like one of those things, it's like mentioning Christmas, Valentine's is just around the corner. So I picked this one out because after all, we have got Betty and Barry, and I know they're robins, but we could have 2 little lovebirds really, couldn't we? So we've got this lovely heart shape, backing papers again, and it works even though it's just beautiful little robins and the branch. There is so much that you can actually do with this. So it's going to work with your foundations, your fundamentals, all of them. And then again, this branch, snip into it so many different ways and use it differently. So that was another fun one that I really liked. Like I say, don't forget Valentine's Day. I'm just reminding you. Then I thought, right, on this one, on the one that I did for the board, we've got a bit of springtime going off, haven't we? So, bit of spring, lovely, nice. But I found a little backing paper that I really liked, and I thought, well, you know, going with Valentine, it could be a little bit romance, and let's have the moon in there. Now, this backing paper is from Quirky Bird, and it's from the Fairy Godmother, I believe, and it is in the link down below. So if you look in and you want to actually use this backing paper, that's where it's going to be. So let's make a start. I've got an A4 piece of cardstock, and I'm just going to score that down the middle, like so. There we go. And then I'm bringing in my oval fundamentals, okay? So I'm going to go to the largest, like so, and place this on here. But I want to chop it down, and I want to make sure that I do have that moon. So I'm just going to actually, let's use my pen rather than guessing. Let's line it up. So that is the fundamental that's going on there, and I do want most of the moon, so I can move it over a little bit. There we go. So I have to cut it down here and here. So let's do those 2 cuts first. going to keep that piece. That's a DL card. Now, to lay that on there, because I now want to lay my oval. Move it over a little bit. Where do I want that to be? There. I'm going to go down at an oval size, I think. In fact, I'm just going to get my cardstock. So this is just one of the coloured cardstocks that we have on numerous backing papers, templates, USBs that we have. So again, I want it most of this. Little mark. Cut that down. Just cut the white edges off. So I literally went through a little bit of a stash that I've got in a drawer and found some really nice corresponding. I've put the green in because we've got green in the robins. Okay, so that's why I've chosen. And we have got a little bit of a green hue in here, so they're going to match up quite nicely. Trying to pick out those colours and marry those colours together. So again, let's go with, so my Two Red Robins fundamentals, I've gone with number 4. So it's there. I'm going to go about there. Okay, take that down. Run that through. While that's doing that, I can fix this. Wiggle that into place. I just want to move it up a little bit. That's better. Secure that down. And now this is going to be my actual topper. So take that off. Take my tape off. I love this repositional tape. It really makes a difference. And now I know I just need to trim that down a tiny little bit. So that's 1, 2, and that one's a bit narrower at that side. So there. So now I can put 1 on top. That's that way around. Like so. I'm going to put that back in because this is going to be lifted up like so. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can use your 3D gel, or you could use your foam pads to raise this up and make this a little bit higher. So that is going to go on like this. And I'm just going to pick that up so I can position it in the middle. There we go, that's better. And then this is going to go. I could actually use my other dies and make this a little bit smaller. Then it would give me that green hue frame in the background. But as it is, I'm just going to slide that in. Like so. Taking that tape off. There we go. And then I can bring in Betty and Barry. These really are just gorgeous little characters. I just adore them. And when we do something like this, it expand your creativity, because you're looking for different ways of actually putting this together and how you're going to work with it. So let's do a little bit of snipping and cut some of these down. As always with the 2 red robins, you've got lots of snippability. There's lots of places where you can actually go in and change all of these. So, oh, I've got 2 there. Oh, let's do 2 in one go because they join together. There we go. Brilliant. And then, doing some shaping, we can create our own decoupage. Snip around because I just want some of these florals as extras. So I've got 1 extra on there. Let's take away that one. So I've got an extra piece on there. But I'm not going to get rid of all of that, because this, if I just neaten that there, that's another piece I can pop back on. So I've got that as elements that I can use. Okay, and then I've got the 3 almost like the twig pieces. And then let's pull in Betty and Barry. Look at these 2 little characters. And for this one, let's do a little bit of snipping. That's definitely Betty. Okay, not taking too much off the characters because I just think they're adorable. And then snip in, like, oh, not that one. I need that one as it is. Snip into this, take off away that wing. So we just ended up with the little bit of the body. And quickly decoupage these 3 together. So this is number 2. This is layer number 3. Layer number 1. Layer number 2. And then number 3. So remember, on the first layer we've got everything. On the second one we've chopped away the feet, and on the third one we've taken a little bit of that tail away too. Okay, so that's our lovely Betty decoupaged. And then again with this one, I've kept everything on the first. Second one, I've just snipped away that little toe. And then on the third one, we've got the body. And now we can start building. So let's bring back in that lovely moon. Okay. Add in more glue gel. Like so. And I'm going to add the glue gel on all of this, and then I can just start building for you. Make sure that you've got all of your pieces out. So all the dropout pieces have actually dropped out. Like that. These elements. And you can go ahead, do all your shaping, etc. up front as well. And this is going to be one of those where you can cut quite a few of these out and maybe decoupage them up and have them ready to go, because this is really, because we've got the 2 lovely little characters, it could be a wedding card. I know we're calling them Betty and Barry because it could be Mr. and Mr., Mrs. and Mrs. Okay, we could have it whichever way combination that you want it. So there's lots of different ways of working this. New home. So this isn't just, you know, we could have it go down the Valentine route if we wanted to. Right, let's start. So I'm going to pop that, working my way up around that side. Then, again, overlapping. This is the piece I chopped off. So I can bring that in, and I'm hiding where I've chopped it off behind that leaf. That's my little decoupage element, wrong one. This side, up there. And this one, flip this one over, pop that in there. And now I'm just going to have a look where I want my 2 lovely little characters. So we can have, oh, down here. Right, this is where I'm going to bring in these pieces. again, make sure you've got all your pieces dropped out, like so. And the snippability on this, isn't it brilliant? How many elements have I just made from one die? Okay, so we've got extra twigs, we can make them into frames, it can be corners, it can be so many different things. So now, tuck that in down there and hide that in the frame. And now this one, again, snipping, shorten that off, hide that in there. So now I'm making another branch that my little birds can sit onto, and extend that up there like so. And then again, I'm going to go further round. Actually, I'm going to snip some of that off, a bit long. There we go, I'm happy with that. So I've created this lovely little frame that's gone all the way around. And then I have this piece that I can now, I'm going to go under, over and under like this. Finish that off. We've got that beautiful moon. So now bring back in our Decoupage Betty and Barry. So you can use this really with all those backing papers that you've already got. Doesn't matter what time of season it is. These two little robins are going to make beautiful cards. So he can sit nested in there. And our lovely Betty, I'm going to put feet in and under, tuck her in. She's going to sit on there like so. And that is just beautiful. Very simple card. Using your fundamentals, which you can do with any shape. I've chosen the apertures, the ovals, to create an aperture with the ovals, should I say. But you can use your circles, your squares. You could have used obviously I've used a rectangle, but you can use any number of patterns, even the hearts that I showed you before. So that is a really super simple card of a Betty and Barry. Let me turn it around like that. And again, using other elements. So I've even used some quirky bird backgrounds. And like I say, that is actually going to be in the descriptions below. So you'll be able to click on that link and actually make this. So thank you for joining me for our little web show of our new 2 Red Robins launch, Betty and Barry. We'll see you again soon. Bye.
If you want to see more from Highlight Crafts, make sure you click the like button. Subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below and click the bell icon to receive notifications of all of our future content. You can also click here to see our latest video or click here to see more videos like this one.